Wakey, wakey, sleepyheads. It's time to rise and shine to this morning's series of Waking Up to Grace. Kevin Phillips has rejoined us, and he is going to be reading something that has hit he and I both close to home. I'm a little OCD and do not like my routines messed up, and I love a schedule. But we're going to let Kevin talk more about that in his devotion. Welcome, Kevin.
Good morning, everybody. So today's devotion is called See Interruptions as Opportunities, and You'll Be More Like Jesus Than Before. Our scripture reading comes from Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 and 4. In the humility, value others above yourself, not looking to your own interests, but each of you to the interests of the others. So one of my favorite qualities of Jesus is the way he responded to interruptions. Read the Gospels and try to count how many of the stories involve a couple of interruptions. He and his friends would be on their way into a city, and suddenly a woman would approach him, desperate for relief from an illness she had been plagued by for over a decade. Or he would be on his way home to heal someone, and he'd get word that he was needed elsewhere. A young child had stopped breathing, and they thought maybe he could help. Most of us get frustrated by interruptions because we think they get in the way of the real work we're supposed to be doing. But Jesus didn't see it that way. When Jesus experienced an interruption, he saw people in need. Loving people wasn't something on Jesus's to-do list or something to squeeze into his tight schedule when he had time. His whole life was about loving people, and whoever was in front of him was the most important person to him in that moment. Jesus showed us love isn't something that we do, it's something we become. You'll know this is happening in your life when you see how you respond to the interruptions in your day. What's really happening on our insides comes pouring out when we're tired and pressed and in the middle of something urgent and we're interrupted. Those moments reveal what we're made of, and for Jesus, those moments revealed love. The more we become like Jesus, the more we'll stop resenting interruptions and start embracing them. Look for moments of love in the midst of interruptions, and you'll be like Jesus for someone else in need. Following Jesus means a lot of constant interruptions. Prepare to be interrupted. Now, Miss Patricia said that, it hit pretty close to home, so I'll give you a little bit of an example, with this whole COVID shutdown and everything that's been going on in 2020. My career took a turn, and I had to take a couple of steps back. So it was kind of hard at first, but I just put my faith into God's hands. I let him decide what was best. And then opportunities came out of interruptions. So putting your faith into God, sometimes it's difficult to do, but when you do it, it'll all work out for the best in the end. So our challenge question is, who's trying to interrupt you these days? How can you turn your heart towards them today?
Thank you, Kevin, and thank you for sharing that personal part of yourself. We all have interruptions. And sometimes, like Kevin said, those interruptions are times that God is slowing you down, saying, shut up, sit down, and listen. And so with that being said, that is my challenge today. I am going to shut up, sit down, and listen. Thank you for joining us today. Remember, you are God's child, and you are loved. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.